This is David Prosper, host of The Leadership Revolution. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast from Public House Media.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Your Life Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mariah White, and I am a passionate pediatric nurse practitioner and fired up health and happiness coach, here to deliver a message to you. This podcast is meant to provide a hope and a dream that fuels your soul to dream big and to dream bold and to inspire and empower you to live out your wildest freaking dreams and to grab a hold onto the unwavering truth that you were made for more. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Your Life Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mariah White, and I am so grateful, humbled, honored, and excited that you are here yet again on another Tuesday. So I need to be honest and raw with you guys. I was sitting there going back and forth, and I was sitting at my incredible desk and in my office, in my home, and I was sitting there thinking about all the different things that I could potentially say and what I had on my heart and all of the things, right? And I wanted to share with you guys my very first film day. If you guys follow me on social media, if you follow me on Instagram at Dr. Fit White or on Facebook, you probably know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't, you're like, Mariah, what the heck are you talking about? You're in a movie? Not exactly. I am actually one of the cast members in 9 Week Control Freak, which is a brand new Beachbody program created by Adam Calabrese, the creator of 21 Day Fix and Extreme and 80 Day Obsession. And I am so grateful, so humbled, and honored to be a part of that cast. But I needed to share with you my experience on day one. So yes, I'm excited. Yes, I'm proud. Yes, I'm humbled that I'm surrounded by amazing human beings that are my freak fam and cast members in this program. But I needed to share with you guys my heart. I was so nervous, and it doesn't make sense why I was nervous, right? I am a Doc NP. I have a kid. I talk all the time. I'm a speaker. I have a podcast. I work out. I love working out. I was a collegiate athlete. There's no reason why I should be nervous about working out. But I walk in, and I had already worked out that morning, so I walk in, I'm dressed, I'm ready, I feel good, and on my social media the night before, I was like, hey, should I wear makeup or should I not? Should I buy new clothes or should I not? Should I get new shoes? Should I not? Should I do something special to where I stand out or should I not? And I was going through all of these different things where I was really trying to hone in on what my audience wanted to see. But I realized by asking those questions, I was shying away from who I was. And on that morning, I woke up, I got on my morning motivation connect call with my team, like I always do. And some of them were like, Mariah, what was this about? Like, you're not going to wear makeup when you work out. You are not that person. Plus you sweat buckets. And then why do you need more work? Like, they just got me. That's my peeps. Those are my gang. Like, they have my back through and through. They're in my corner. They're the biggest cheerleaders in the world. And I knew that I was going to be myself, but I think it all stemmed back, and I'm processing with you guys, truthfully. It stemmed to those 3 conversations that I put on my social media, opening up people into a very vulnerable space for me. I try so hard to fit in, and I have worked on that for the last 4.5 years, but I realized that my past and the things that I've overcome sometimes trickle down. And I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted to fit in and I wanted to feel like I belonged. And for some reason, I walk into the set, which is my garage, and everybody's there. And we're excited. We're cheering each other on. We're waiting for Autumn to get ready. Go watch her live video. She had a whole bunch of just everything on day one. Day one, right? Monday. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, Mariah, what if they ask you to not be here? What if they say they don't need you? What if you're not supposed to, like, did they make a mistake? I don't think you belong here. And for those of you on this, who are in Beachbody and understand the lingo, I'm sitting here with 15-star diamonds and 10-star diamonds and these women and men who have been elite and top coaches and spoke on stages that I listened to, and I looked up to them essentially in the business as mentors, and I literally sat to myself as, why me? And why am I here? And I don't fit and I don't belong. And I found myself in our message thread almost shying away from who I was because I was like, I don't fit. Like, this is crazy. Beachbody made a mistake. Carl made a mistake. Keyshawn made a mistake. Like, I don't get it. And as I was sitting there, at this point, my phone was still on. We were waiting for tech stuff. I went to the bathroom, got Sophie in the house, all that stuff. And I come out and I look at my phone. And on my phone, my incredible partner, Lee, reaches out and tells me, I love you. You're amazing. You deserve to be here. You belong there. Show them what you got. My amazing friend, Terry, love her. She was like, I love you. You're fine. You belong here. Go kick some butt. I got a couple other text messages, a couple other messages of like, you belong. Dara, my nanny and friend who was watching Bianca, she sent me a bunch of pictures of Bianca and was like, you belong there, you belong there, you belong there, go kick butt. And what kept standing in my head was, you belong here. So I wiped down the whiteboard or chalkboard that was behind me that said, you were made for hard. And yes, I know that I'm made for hard. And that got me through a lot. But then I sat there and I said, you belong here. Dr. Mariah Karen White, you belong here. 7-star diamond, 1-star diamond in my second CBC, 3-time premier coach, Mariah, you belong here. Child of William and Christiana White, you belong here. Mother to Bianca Marie, you belong here. Bonus mom to Alicia Joy, you belong here. Sister to, I have a lot of sisters, but I'm not going to rattle them all off. You get the point, right? I belong here. And I kept saying that over and over and over again. And then finally I got out of that mode of negative self-talk. And if any of you are like, Mariah, I'm not following, or you're like, yes, I hear you. Remember, think back to high school or back to the playground when you were trying so hard to fit in and you just kept telling yourself, I can't make friends. Nobody likes me. I was a military brat. So whenever I would have to change schools or move, it was like, oh, why are we doing this again? This is so hard. And I remember for me, as a German African-American woman, I would sit there and when my hair was curly, I was black. When my hair was straight, I was white. When I played volleyball, I was white. When I played basketball, I was black. I remember when I took the volleyball scholarship and said no to the basketball scholarship, it was frowned upon in certain communities, certain circles. When I quit playing volleyball in my junior year to come home and pursue my career as a nurse practitioner, like all of these things kept rattling in my head for an hour, a solid hour, where I could have just been grateful, where I could have just been humbled and soaked in the experience. I was battling myself. Like I always say, the mean girl that is in your head, she's not so nice. And I have learned over the last 4.5 years to turn that volume down. So if you right now are in this new season, maybe you have come out of quarantine and you've owned a business, or you've come out of quarantine and you have this new job that you're starting, or you've come out of quarantine and you're trying to get your footing, or you are taking on the role as a homeschool mom or a virtual learner, or you're going back as a teacher, and all these different things, right? All these different capacities of life that we could all be facing, but you feel like you just don't quite fit, or something just feels off. I want to ask you to ask yourself, who said that? I'll wait. So when I thought to myself, Mariah, you don't fit, and then I asked myself to get out of this, who said that to you? No one. Mariah, who said you didn't belong here? No one. Mariah, who told you you weren't enough? No one. Mariah, who told you you weren't worthy to be here? No one. So as I looked to my amazing freak fam and my friends, Emily and Christina and Danny Delgado and Leticia and Joe and Jeanette and Shanta and all of these incredible humans, I sit there and I say to myself, not one of them have told me I don't belong here. Not one of them have told me that I'm not enough. And not one of them have said anything about my hair, my race, what I'm wearing, what I'm not wearing. Nobody said anything, but yet I felt that way. So when I asked myself who said that, and my response was no one, it was a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of it. I am worthy. I belong. So in this world where we are constantly immersed with social media and comparison and all the things, sometimes you just need to mute the world, but you also need to mute yourself and realize that a lot of times your inner mean girl is on blast and ripping you to shreds. So after that hour, and I turned my mean girl down, I analyzed the fact that she was telling me crap that wasn't true, and I said, no one said that. I jumped in to the community of the cast and the set and the workout, and I got lost in the transitions and the movements and the work, and I just remembered seeing and looking up and seeing all of us sweating and dying together because Autumn was literally kicking our butt. And I remember just being like, I have their back and they have mine. We all belong here and we deserve a seat at this table, and we are all honored and humbled and grateful to share with you what it means to go through 9-week Control Freak. So if you right now in the season of your life feel like you're trying to fill a void, trying to fit in, trying to overcome, trying to navigate this new normal that you have for you, your kids, your family, your friends, I want you to literally tune out the world and turn down your inner mean guy or girl and really focus in on what matters. For me, showing up on set was about truly being Mariah, helping other coaches know that anything is possible, being humbled and honored to be a part of a cast on a program that is literally going to change the face of Beachbody. I am humbled and honored that Carl Deichler and Autumn and Keyshawn and all of those, and Sydney, that all of those who spoke my name and said my name and were grateful to talk about me, I'm grateful for all of them. I'm humbled by all of them. And now I'm here to tell you that success is not above you. You belong exactly where you are, that the universe and God have your back in such a massive way, and things are happening for you, not to you. And I think in big picture about March 4th, 2020, when I was terminated for standing up for the right thing because I refused to fit in. I refused to allow my patients to be treated that way. I refused to allow my coworkers to be filled and treated that way. But more importantly, I refused for myself and for me to go home to my daughter every single day talking about her dreams and her hopes to ever cower down to bullying or workplace violence. And because of that, I was terminated. Because of that, I immersed myself as a full-time Beachbody coach. And I'm so grateful for Beachbody and Team Beachbody because it gave me freedom for my daughter and for my family. And even though that season sucked so bad, and for the last 7 months that I've been home, I was questioning why this happened to me. And I realized that it happened for me. And I realized that because of March 4th, because I chose not to fit in, I'm here today as a very successful coach within our company, within the top of the company. I earned a seat at that table, but I'm building leaders within my team to themselves have financial freedom and success and the seat at the table the way that they want it to be. But I also realized because of that, I was able to be selected for a cast on a brand new program that you guys will get in the winter. And I realized that Beachbody not only saved my life 4.5 years ago, but it changed my life, and it changes my life every single time I sit down and turn my mean girl off and really listen. So I hope that this vulnerable sharing of my story of what happened today as we were filming on the set of 9-Week Control Freak for day 1, I hope that it empowers you to realize that even when you feel like you don't fit, or you're trying to fit, or even when you stand up for the right thing, it might suck at first, but I want you to know that you are wanted, you are needed, you are worthy, you are loved. And my friend, above all, you are more than enough. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Your Life Matters podcast. I'm so grateful that you're here. I just ask that you share this episode with somebody. I ask you to just share it and give it to somebody who could potentially need to hear this message. I really am on a mission to help hundreds of thousands of people to believe that their mess is their message, and that their story really does matter, and that above all, their life matters. I'm so grateful that you're here. I want you to share this episode. And then on top of that, if you could please leave a rating or a review, or both. Let me know what speaks to you. Let me know what you need to hear. Let me know what you've connected with, because that's going to be the best way that I can make sure that I'm giving you guys exactly what you need. I love you guys with all my heart. I'm so grateful for you, and I want you to know the difference and the impact you guys make in my life. I love seeing your messages. I love seeing when you guys private message me or screenshot it and share it on Instagram or Facebook, because it lets me know that this podcast is doing exactly what it was meant to do. And it's to make sure that there's an impact being made, and to help remind you and everyone else that your life matters.